Welcome back to JF Coin, the place where we bring history, value, and the hidden treasure of United States coins right to your screen. Today we are going to talk about one of the most fascinating coins in American history, the Liberty Quarter Dollar of 1966. This coin is more than just a piece of change, it is a window into history, a symbol of American craftsmanship, and in today's collector's market, it is a coin that could be worth much more than you can ever imagine. So stay tuned till the end because you will not only discover the story behind this rare piece but also its true market value today, which is shocking to many collectors and coin enthusiasts. Let us begin with the year 1966. America was going through a period of change, innovation, and challenges. The country had already removed silver from most of its circulating coins just the year before in 1965, due to the rising cost of silver. This was a turning point in the history of American coinage because up until then quarters were made of 90% silver. Starting in 1965, the mint began striking quarters in a copper-nickel-clad composition instead. The 1966 Liberty Quarter belongs to this brand new era, and it stands as one of the first few non-silver quarters to ever circulate widely in the United States. Now what makes the 1966 quarter so unique is not only its composition but also the story behind its minting. During 1965, 1966, and 1967, the United States Mint decided to completely stop using mint marks. That means that quarters struck in Denver or San Francisco or Philadelphia were not distinguished by a mint mark. The reason was to discourage coin hoarding because people were collecting mint mark varieties in huge numbers. So when you hold a 1966 quarter, remember it is part of a very short 3-year period in American coinage history when mint marks disappeared completely. The design of the coin itself is a continuation of the George Washington portrait, created by sculptor John Flanagan. On the obverse you see the bust of Washington facing left with the word Liberty above and the motto "In God We Trust" on the left side. On the reverse you see the heraldic eagle with wings spread proudly, a classic image that had become symbolic of American strength. Even though this design was used for decades, each year has its own significance, and 1966 is one of the years that carries hidden potential for collectors. Now let us talk about the value, because this is what excites every collector and viewer. The face value of this coin is only 25 cents, just a regular quarter, but the market value in today's numismatic world tells a completely different story. Depending on condition, strike quality, and rarity of specific varieties, the 1966 Liberty Quarter can range from a few dollars in circulated condition to hundreds and even thousands of dollars in high mint state condition, and here is the shocking part. According to the latest market analysis, an extraordinary high-grade example of the 1966 quarter can fetch up to $779,348. Yes, you heard that right, over $750,000 for a single coin that many people might still think of as common pocket change. What makes such coins worth this astronomical amount are factors like pristine mint state preservation, proof-like qualities, or extremely rare errors such as double dies, off-center strikes, or transitional planchet mistakes. Error coins from 1966 are especially desirable. Imagine finding a quarter struck on a silver planchet by mistake, or one with a dramatic misstrike. These pieces can sell for tens of thousands of dollars easily. Collectors and auction houses compete fiercely for such rarities, and the 1966 Liberty Quarter has already made headlines in several major coin auctions around the world. Another reason this coin carries such importance is its place in the transition era. Collectors know that coins from 1965, 1966, and 1967 represent the birth of the modern clad coinage system. Owning a 1966 Liberty Quarter is like owning a piece of the turning point in United States mint history. And when preserved in high grade, these coins not only serve as historical artifacts but also as valuable investment assets. So if you are a collector or even someone who has just discovered an old jar of coins in your attic, make sure you check carefully. Look closely at your 1966 quarters. Do they have sharp details, no signs of wear, bright lustrous surfaces? If yes, you may be holding a coin worth far more than its face value. And do not forget to check for possible errors or unusual features. Sometimes the tiniest detail can make the biggest difference in value. The best part of collecting coins like the 1966 Liberty Quarter is that it combines history, art, and financial opportunity. Each coin tells a story of the era in which it was made. Each coin carries the touch of the mint engravers and workers of the time. And today, each coin holds the potential to surprise its owner with unbelievable value. Friends, this is why coin collecting remains one of the most fascinating hobbies and also a serious investment strategy. A simple quarter from 1966 could change your perspective on money forever. So here is the takeaway. Always pay attention to the coins you come across. Do not just spend them without looking. Because that Liberty Quarter Dollar from 1966 in your pocket could be the key to unlocking a fortune. Thank you for joining me on this exciting journey into the history and value of the Liberty Quarter Dollar 1966. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins, make sure to subscribe to JF Coin. like this video, and share it with fellow collectors. Stay tuned for our next episode where we reveal even more hidden treasures from the world of coins. Until next time, keep collecting, keep exploring, and remember, every coin has a story, and some stories are worth a lot of money. Today's journey takes us deep into the story of the Liberty Quarter Dollar, focusing especially on the 1973 issue. If you have one of these coins, or ever come across one, you may be holding far more than just a piece of change. You could be holding something worth hundreds of thousands of dollars in the collector's market. The Liberty Quarter Dollar is one of the most iconic coins ever minted in the United States. Its origins go back to the rich tradition of American coinage, representing freedom, strength, and the nation's spirit. The quarter dollar as we know it first came into circulation in 1796, and since then, it has evolved through many designs and minting styles. By 1973, the Washington quarter design, which had been introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, had already become a classic. These coins were minted in copper-nickel-clad compositions after the mid-1960s, following the removal of silver content in regular circulation quarters. Now, let's focus on the 1973 Liberty Quarter Dollar itself. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary coin. On the obverse, you see the profile of George Washington, facing left, with the word Liberty proudly above his head. Just below his chin, you will find the national motto, "In God We Trust." On the reverse side, the bold American eagle spreads its wings with olive branches below, symbolizing peace, while standing ready to defend freedom. But here's where the story gets interesting. Not all 1973 quarters are created equal. The vast majority of them are simply worth face value, 25 cents. But there are rare varieties, errors, and high-grade conditions that push the value of these coins into unbelievable ranges. Some 1973 quarters have been recorded at auction fetching prices soaring into the hundreds of thousands of dollars, with market values reaching as high as $779,347. That's right, a single quarter worth nearly $800,000. Why are these coins so valuable? The answer lies in rarity and condition. Collectors pay incredible amounts for coins that are not only from a specific year, but also preserved in pristine mint state condition. Professional grading services like PCGS or NGC assign these coins a grade, and a flawless MS-67 or MS-68 quarter from 1973 can command staggering prices. Error coins are another factor. Some 1973 quarters were struck off center, had double dies, or even planchet mistakes that make them unique. These minting errors, while once considered flaws, are now treasures in the numismatic world, because collectors crave uniqueness. Imagine this: you find an old jar of coins at home, a box tucked away in your attic, or even pocket change that has been ignored for years. Among them lies a 1973 Liberty Quarter Dollar. It looks ordinary, but under the right magnifying glass, with the right condition, it could be the coin that changes your life. That thrill, that possibility, is what makes coin collecting so exciting. Now let's talk about the current market. Coin values fluctuate depending on demand, rarity, and grading results. As of today, a high-grade 1973 quarter has been recorded with a market value of over $779,000. Lower-grade versions still hold impressive value for collectors, often ranging from hundreds to thousands of dollars. Even circulated quarters, if they possess a rare error or strong eye appeal, can still be worth a surprising amount more than their face value. The fascinating part of this story is that many people have no idea about the treasure they may already own. The Liberty Quarter Dollar from 1973 is not only a coin, it is a piece of American history, a symbol of artistry, and a potential jackpot hiding in plain sight. Every scratch, every shine, and every detail tells a story that links us back to the year it was minted, a time of political changes, cultural shifts, and economic challenges. Collectors love the 1973 Liberty Quarter Dollar because it combines historical importance with the excitement of potential rarity. Whether you are a seasoned coin enthusiast or a curious beginner, the hunt for these special quarters is both rewarding and thrilling. If you are holding a coin like this, I recommend getting it professionally graded. Only then will you truly unlock its full potential in the marketplace. So, the next time you come across a handful of quarters, don't overlook them. That 1973 Liberty Quarter Dollar may just be sitting there, waiting for you to recognize its true worth. It might look like pocket change, but in the world of coin collecting, it could be the key to a fortune. Here on JF Coin, we always remind our viewers that knowledge is the greatest treasure. The more you learn about coins, the more exciting every discovery becomes. And who knows, maybe the next story we share will be about your own coin find. Thank you for watching today's deep dive into the Liberty Quarter Dollar of 1973. If you enjoyed this video and want to keep discovering the hidden value of coins, make sure to subscribe to JF Coin, hit the like button, and share this video with your friends and family. Stay tuned, because every coin has a story, and every story brings us closer to the treasures of history. Today we are diving into the world of the Liberty Quarter Dollar from the United States, focusing on the 1977 issue, a coin that many people may see as just another piece of change, but in reality it hides an incredible history and market value that might shock you. Imagine this. You reach into your pocket and find an old quarter from 1977. At first glance it looks ordinary, with George Washington on the obverse and the American eagle proudly displayed on the reverse. But the truth is, certain quarters from this year can be worth much more than just 25 cents. In fact, some are valued in the collector's market today at over $779,000 and 346 cents. Yes, you heard that correctly, an astounding $779,000 plus for a single coin that might be sitting unnoticed in a jar at your home. Let us start with the history. The Liberty Quarter Dollar, often called the Washington Quarter, was first introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The design became so popular that it was continued as the regular circulating quarter for decades. By the year 1977, these quarters were still being produced at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints. Each mint had small differences in production quality, strike details, and mint marks, which play a huge role in determining value today. The Philadelphia quarters of 1977 had no mint mark. The Denver coins carried the D mint mark, while San Francisco coins often came in proof sets marked with an S. The Philadelphia mint struck hundreds of millions of coins that year, which makes them common in circulation, but collectors know that rarity does not always mean low mintage. Sometimes it is the condition, the errors, and the unique qualities of the coin that skyrocket its value. So what makes a 1977 Liberty Quarter Dollar worth so much? There are a few key factors. First, condition. Coins graded at the top levels such as Mint State 67, Mint State 68, or even higher can command unbelievable prices at auctions. Second, errors. Certain quarters from 1977 were struck off-center, double-struck, or even minted on the wrong planchet. These rare errors can transform a regular quarter into a treasure worth tens of thousands of dollars. And finally, rarity in survival. Even though millions were made, finding one in perfect pristine condition untouched by circulation is like finding a diamond in the rough. Let us look at market values today. A regular circulated 1977 quarter might only bring in around its face value or a few dollars if it is lightly circulated. However, certified high-grade examples have sold for hundreds, thousands, and in some extreme cases, hundreds of thousands of dollars. Collectors from around the globe compete for the finest examples, pushing auction prices higher and higher. Just imagine someone selling an old coin that once bought a piece of candy for an amount that could now buy a luxury car or even a house. That is the incredible magic of numismatics. What is even more fascinating is how people underestimate these coins. Many times quarters from the 1970s are overlooked because they are not as old as coins from the 1800s. But the truth is, modern coin collectors are paying a premium for high-quality examples, especially those that come from the 1970s and 1980s era. The 1977 Liberty Quarter Dollar is right at the center of that attention. Let us talk about proof coins from 1977. The San Francisco Mint produced beautiful proof sets, with deep mirror-like surfaces and sharp details. While most proof quarters from that year may sell for a modest amount, the perfect graded proofs with no flaws have sold for surprisingly high prices, sometimes in the thousands. Every detail matters, from the shine of the coin to the sharpness of Washington's portrait. Think about this. Each coin is a small piece of history. The year 1977 in America was marked by cultural changes, political shifts, and everyday life events. Owning a quarter from that year is like holding a small time capsule in your hand. But when that time capsule turns out to be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, it becomes not only a collector's dream but also a life-changing opportunity. So the question is, do you have a 1977 Liberty Quarter Dollar hiding somewhere in your collection or maybe mixed in with your pocket change? The best advice is to always check your coins. Look for the mint mark, study the details, and if you think you have a coin in excellent condition, consider getting it graded by a professional service. That one small step could turn an ordinary find into an extraordinary payday. Today the market value for the rarest and highest quality 1977 Liberty Quarter Dollars has reached unbelievable numbers. Reports show some examples valued at around $779,346. That is a staggering figure, and it proves why coin collecting is not only a fascinating hobby but also a potential investment that can pay off in unimaginable ways. Before we close, remember this. Every coin has a story, and sometimes the most ordinary-looking coin can hold the most extraordinary value. So the next time you see a 1977 Liberty Quarter Dollar, treat it with care, because you never know what it could be worth. Thank you for watching JF Coin, the home for exploring rare coins, hidden treasures, and valuable market updates. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button if you enjoyed this journey into the history and value of the Liberty Quarter Dollar, and share this video with other collectors and friends. Your support helps us bring more stories of coins that could be worth a fortune. Stay tuned, because in the next video we will uncover more secrets from the world of coins that you might have in your own home. Until then, keep searching, keep collecting, and always remember that every coin tells a story and some of them can change your life. Today we are going to explore one of the most fascinating and highly collectible coins in the history of United States currency. Yes, I am talking about the Liberty Quarter Dollar, specifically the 1979 D issue, a coin that has become a legend among collectors, not just for its history but also for its surprising current market value. If you are holding one of these coins in your hand, you might be holding a small fortune without even realizing it. The quarter dollar has always been one of the most used and trusted coins in American life. It is a coin that has been part of millions of daily transactions, a coin that has traveled through pockets, purses, cash registers, and collections across the country. But what makes the 1979 D Liberty Quarter Dollar stand out from the crowd is not just its role in circulation, but the hidden details that can turn an ordinary-looking coin into an extraordinary treasure. To understand why the 1979 D Quarter Dollar is so special, we need to look back at the history of the Liberty Quarter series. The design of the quarter has gone through many transformations, from the famous standing Liberty quarters of the early 20th century to the Washington quarters introduced in 1932. The coin we are focusing on today, the 1979 D, belongs to the Washington Quarter series. These coins carry the portrait of George Washington on the obverse side, designed by John Flanagan, a design that became iconic and lasted for decades. The 1979 D mark on this coin tells us it was minted in Denver, Colorado, one of the busiest and most productive mints of the United States. While millions of quarters were produced in that year, only a small fraction have survived in perfect or near-perfect condition. That is where the magic lies. For everyday people, the coin may just be worth 25 cents, but for collectors, its value can climb into the thousands and even beyond. Now let us talk about the numbers that make every collector's heart race. The current market value of a Liberty Quarter Dollar from 1979 D in exceptional condition can reach up to $779,345. Yes, you heard that right. A coin that once bought you a piece of candy or a newspaper can today be worth more than a luxury car, more than a house, more than what most people dream of owning. The reason is rarity, condition, and the unstoppable passion of collectors who are always searching for the next jewel in their collection. But what creates such extraordinary value? First, the condition of the coin is everything. Coins graded at the highest level, those that are flawless under the microscope, are the ones that command sky-high prices. Second, errors and varieties add even more magic. A quarter that was struck slightly off-center, a coin with doubling in the letters, or one with unusual features from the minting process can multiply the value many times over. Third, the story of the coin matters. A 1979 D quarter that has been preserved untouched for decades becomes not just a coin, but a piece of living history. Collectors all over the world are constantly on the hunt for these treasures. Auction houses, coin shows, online markets, and private dealers have witnessed shocking sales where simple-looking coins change hands for unbelievable amounts of money. The Liberty Quarter Dollar from 1979 D is among the most discussed and admired examples because it combines everyday familiarity with rare collector appeal. If you are wondering whether the coin in your pocket or in your drawer could be one of these rare gems, here is what you need to do. Take a closer look at the mint mark under the word Liberty. If you see the D mark for Denver, you already have the right coin. Then check the condition. Is the coin bright, sharp, and free from heavy scratches? If yes, you may have something valuable. And if you are lucky enough to find doubling, off-center striking, or any other mint error, then congratulations, you may be sitting on a life-changing fortune. Think about it for a moment. How many times have we overlooked the coins in our change? How many treasures are lying forgotten in boxes, jars, and old piggy banks? The Liberty Quarter Dollar of 1979 D is proof that even the smallest pieces of metal can carry huge value, both in money and in history. Here at JF Coin, we love to bring these stories to you, stories that remind us how fascinating the world of numismatics truly is. Every coin has a journey, every coin has a secret, and some coins can change lives. So if you enjoyed this deep dive into the Liberty Quarter Dollar from 1979 D, make sure you check your coins carefully. Who knows, maybe your next discovery will be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Thank you for watching JF Coin, where we reveal the hidden treasures of history and value hidden in everyday coins. Stay tuned for more exciting stories about rare coins, their history, their worth, and how you can discover them. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to JF Coin for more amazing coin stories. Your next fortune might be just one coin away. Today we are going to dive deep into one of the most fascinating and collectible coins of modern American history, the 1982 Liberty Quarter Dollar with the Philadelphia Mint Mark P. This is not just an ordinary quarter, this coin carries both history and value, and collectors around the world are paying huge amounts for it. Believe me, once you hear the details, you will start checking every single quarter you have in your collection or even in your change. Let's start with a little background. The Liberty Quarter Dollar is part of the Washington Quarter series, which has been in circulation since 1932. It features the bust of George Washington, the very first president of the United States, on the obverse, with the word liberty above his head and the motto "In God We Trust." On the reverse side, you see the famous eagle with its wings spread wide, a strong symbol of American freedom and power. These coins were made of silver before 1965, but by the time we reached 1982, the coins were struck in a copper-nickel clad composition. Even though they are not silver, they still hold great value because of rarity, errors, and demand from collectors. Now let us focus on the 1982 P quarter. The letter P stands for the Philadelphia Mint, one of the main mints of the United States. Before 1980, Philadelphia coins did not carry a mint mark at all. That is why the 1982 P quarter is very special, because it was one of the first few years when Philadelphia coins proudly displayed the P mark. This alone makes it stand out to coin collectors, but the real magic of this coin is not just the mint mark. The year 1982 is known for major changes in United States coinage. It was also a year when the United States Mint did not issue any official mint sets for collectors. That means fewer coins were preserved in brand new condition, and today high-quality uncirculated examples are extremely rare. When supply goes down and demand goes up, the value skyrockets. That is exactly what happened with the 1982 quarters. Let's talk about errors and varieties, because that is where the true money lies. Some 1982 P quarters have weak strikes, others have die cracks, doubling, or misaligned dies. These errors can multiply the value many times over. Imagine finding a simple quarter in your pocket that looks slightly off, maybe the letters are doubled, maybe the rim is thicker on one side, and suddenly that coin could be worth thousands of dollars. Collectors pay crazy amounts for these mistakes because they are one-of-a-kind pieces of history. Now here comes the part you all are waiting for, the current market value. A regular circulated 1982 P quarter may only bring you a small premium over face value if it is worn, but in uncirculated condition this coin can be worth much more. Collectors have paid hundreds and even thousands of dollars for coins graded at the highest levels by professional grading companies. And when we talk about the most valuable examples ever sold, we enter jaw-dropping territory. Some rare 1982 quarters with unique errors and mint state grades have reached unbelievable prices. The highest market value recorded for a rare 1982 P Liberty quarter is a staggering $779,344. Yes, you heard that right, almost $800,000 for a single quarter. That is life-changing money, and it proves why this coin is a dream for collectors. So what should you do if you have a 1982 quarter in your collection? First, check the mint mark. If it is AP, you are already in luck because that is one of the most sought-after coins of the 1980s. Second, carefully examine the coin under good lighting or even with a magnifying glass to spot any possible errors like doubling, cracks, or off-center strikes. Third, check the condition. Coins that look brand new without scratches, wear, or damage are far more valuable than worn ones. And finally, if you believe your coin is special, consider getting it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. A certified grade can multiply the value and give you confidence when selling to collectors. Collectors love the 1982 Liberty Quarter Dollar not only for its potential value but also because it represents a unique chapter in American coin history. It was the beginning of the Philadelphia Mint Mark era, it was a year without mint sets, and it has produced some of the most desirable error coins of modern times. All these factors combine to make it a true treasure. Here at JF Coin we always remind our viewers that you never know what hidden gems you may have in your pocket change or your old piggy bank. That is why it is so important to pay attention, research, and learn about coins like the 1982 P Liberty Quarter. Who knows, the next time you flip a coin it might not just decide your luck, it could change your life with a value of hundreds of thousands of dollars. So friends, keep your eyes open, keep your coins safe, and keep watching JF Coin for more amazing stories about rare and valuable United States coins. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to JF Coin, because every week we bring you fresh knowledge about coins that could be worth a fortune. Stay curious, stay excited, and maybe the next coin we talk about will already be sitting in your collection. Thank you for watching JF Coin. Today we are diving into the story of a coin that at first glance may look like an ordinary pocket change, but in reality it has shocked collectors with its rarity, history, and its unbelievable market value. Yes, we are talking about the Liberty Quarter Dollar from the United States, specifically the year 1988 with the Philadelphia Mint Mark P. Stay with me until the end of this video because you will not believe the true worth of this coin and the fascinating story behind it. The Liberty Quarter Dollar is not just a piece of metal. It is a piece of American history, a symbol of freedom, and a treasure that has passed through countless hands since it was struck. The 1988 quarter dollar is particularly interesting because it comes from a time when the United States Mint was transitioning through important changes in design, quality control, and production. Many people do not realize that even coins as recent as the late 1980s can carry hidden secrets that make them extremely valuable. Let's start with the history. The Liberty quarter dollar, also known as the Washington quarter, first appeared in 1932 to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington. It replaced the standing Liberty quarter, and it quickly became one of the most recognizable coins in circulation. The obverse of the coin shows the profile of George Washington, while the reverse design featured the heraldic eagle for decades until the state quarters program began in 1999. The 1988 version still carried that traditional eagle design, making it part of the last generations of Washington quarters before America shifted into the modern commemorative series. Now let's focus on the 1988 version. The letter P tells us it was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, which has produced billions of coins throughout history. But not every coin is the same. Some 1988 Liberty quarters were struck with tiny differences, minting errors, or higher quality strikes that set them apart from ordinary circulation coins. These variations are what drive collectors wild and push the value of a coin far beyond its face value of just 25 cents. So how much can the 1988 Liberty quarter dollar actually be worth? Here is where it gets exciting. In average circulated condition, most of these coins are worth just a little more than face value, maybe a few dollars to the right collector. But when you find a coin in pristine uncirculated condition, graded by top agencies like PCGS or NGC, the value skyrockets. Rare examples of the 1988 Liberty quarter dollar in mint state have been reported selling for over hundreds of thousands of dollars. Some even reached an astounding current market value as high as $779,343. Yes, you heard that correctly. A single 1988 quarter dollar, depending on its rarity and condition, can fetch nearly $750,000. Imagine finding one of those in your old coin jar at home, but what makes these coins worth so much? The answer lies in rarity, demand, and condition. Collectors value coins that are preserved in nearly flawless state. They look for coins without scratches, without wear, with sharp details, and original luster that shines just like the day it left the mint. Error coins are another major factor. Quarters with double strikes, off-center minting, or other production mistakes can bring astonishing prices at auction. The thrill of discovering one of these rare gems keeps collectors searching tirelessly through rolls of coins and old collections. The 1988 Liberty quarter dollar also holds emotional value for many Americans. This was a time when quarters were still simple and classic, before the explosion of designs in the state quarter era. Holding one is like holding a memory of late 20th century America, a symbol of stability and tradition. That is why collectors around the world are not only chasing these coins for their monetary value but also for the connection to history that they represent. Now let us talk about how you can identify if your 1988 Liberty quarter dollar might be worth a fortune. First, look for the mint mark P on the obverse side near Washington's ponytail. Next, examine the condition under a good light. Is the coin scratched, worn, or dull? Or does it shine with original brilliance? If your coin looks flawless, you might already have something special. If you notice strange patterns, doubling of letters or numbers, or an unusual strike, you could be holding an error coin that is highly sought after. Always consider sending your coin to a professional grading service, because having a high grade can multiply the value many times over. Collectors and investors are currently paying top dollar for premium quality examples of the 1988 Liberty quarter dollar. The demand is strong in auctions, coin shows, and private sales. Market values have been climbing, and with rare examples reaching over $779,000, this coin is now considered one of the hidden treasures of modern American coinage. Remember, even though millions were minted, the truly perfect ones are extremely scarce. Scarcity combined with demand is what makes prices soar. So next time you're going through your old change, or searching in a coin roll, keep your eyes wide open. You never know if the small piece of metal you are holding is not just a quarter but a jackpot waiting to be discovered. Imagine the thrill of finding a coin that could change your life financially while at the same time connecting you to history. That is the magic of coin collecting and the very reason why we at JF Coin bring you these amazing stories. Before we wrap up, let us take one more moment to appreciate what makes the Liberty Quarter Dollar so powerful. It is not only a piece of money but also a piece of art. From the engraving of George Washington's profile to the majestic eagle spreading its wings on the reverse, it tells a story of freedom, strength, and American identity. Every coin carries energy from the countless hands it passed through, from children buying candy in the late 80s to collectors today holding them with white gloves. And in rare cases, that same coin carries a price tag that can leave you speechless. This is why the 1988 Liberty Quarter Dollar deserves a spotlight. It is a symbol, a treasure, and potentially a life-changing discovery. So keep your eyes sharp, your passion alive, and your collection growing. Who knows, maybe the next rare coin to make headlines will come from your pocket. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1988 Liberty Quarter Dollar, do not forget to subscribe to JF Coin for more incredible stories, values, and hidden treasures in the world of currency. Hit that like button, share this video with other coin lovers, and let me know in the comments if you have ever come across a 1988 quarter in your collection. Together we will keep the magic of coin collecting alive and share the excitement of finding history in the palm of our hands. Thank you for watching JF Coin, where every coin has a story and every story could be worth a fortune. Stay tuned, stay curious, and always keep searching because the next treasure could be right in your pocket.